Look at this. Oh, it's amazing. I've got so many iconic food and drink options. A lot of them inspired by my time in Brazil, but also just it's very eclectic. It's very a mix of many different things. We got our boba, tiger milk tea. If you ever had boba before, really good. We got bruschetta, a nice crunchy, fresh snack. Oh, no way. You just drank a key lime sparkling water. That's iconic. Hello, Sam. Welcome. You guys, happy Women's Month. Happy Women's History Month. Here, I'm trying to find my scene. You guys, I've got like 15 scenes, okay? I have to watch. I have to filter through all of them. I gotta be like, wait, nope, not that one. Wait, not that one. Wait, not that one. Okay, wait. This one. Okay, we're here. Rose lemonade sounds great too. Yes, a nice floral, springtime, summertime. You've been dying to ask how tall I am. Well, I was kind of exaggerating yesterday in Eris' stream, and also I didn't want to. But so I am 5'11" / 6 feet. I'm basically 6 feet tall. Yeah. And most of my friends are short, so when I hug them, their face collides with my boobs, which I don't usually appreciate. Oh, you're 6 feet. Oh, okay. Okay, we're the same height then. So you won't have that problem. But like it one time is too many times. You know what I mean? It's too many. Especially when I'm wearing a shirt like this, I'm like, no. A woman I find inspiring is a former mentor, Cynthia Freeland. She's cool and smart and funny. I love it. You guys, we are talking about women today. I decided, you know what, yesterday was fun. I don't regret it. I don't regret any of my conversations I've ever had about limerence. But I decided we're done. I was reading more of that Love and Limerence book, and you know what? It's not relevant anymore. We'll come back to her at a different time. I need to stop ruminating on I need to... Women are the answer, okay? And you might ask me, what question? To what question? And my answer to you is, doesn't matter. No, I just think I think my problem is that I didn't, all questions, exactly, Earth. No, I feel like my problem these days, you guys, is I just do not have enough women in my life. Sorry, I'm just saying, like, I think that I need to be more inspired. I need to look to more women to lift me up. Women, we need to lift each other up. I love having men in my life, I really do. But most of my media, and it's not my associations with men that are the problem. It's my media consumption of only men content. Like, I watched that Manosphere documentary on Netflix, and I just felt sad. I just felt so sad after watching that. And like, I do enjoy investigating people who are different than me, and who is more different than me than a man. Oh my gosh, literally so different biologically. And so I've been doing a lot of explorations into the men in my life. And I don't want to like say that that's wrong, because like I really do enjoy doing that, and I think it's valuable and important to try and understand people who are, you know, biologically different than you. But at the same time, I feel like I've been spending way too much time doing that. I'm tired. Yes, there's lots of good women to hang out with on Twitch. Yeah, well, and here's the thing, it's not even my problem with people. It's definitely not a problem with people on Twitch. I think it's just like this guy that I had that Limerent episode over. I've been like hyperfixating on that way too much. And like all the Netflix shows I'm watching, all the music I'm listening to, all the books I'm reading. I'm getting only one facet of reality, and it's time But yes, I spent some time, Eris, yesterday I spent some time in Birdie FM's stream. We actually raided into her stream yesterday. And it was the first time I think I chatted in her stream before. And that was really fun. I've lurked in her stream quite a few times. And she's really kind. And her setup is so iconic. I'm obsessed. But yeah, I need to spend more time. Gonna be in and out of meetings today. That's okay. I know you're busy, Sam. Thanks for being here, though. You said I am often made uncomfortable hugging women who push their boobs against me during a hug because I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely I don't know. I think there's I've always struggled with hugging people. I just never know when somebody wants a hug and when they don't. And so I always default to not hugging people, kind of standing back. But that makes for a lot of really awkward interactions when people want to hug me. And then they think I hate being touched. And that's not true. I like physical touch. I want to make sure everybody is comfortable. And so I usually kind of cringe or back away sometimes. It's involuntary. And so I just want everybody to know that if you ever meet me in real life, you can absolutely give me a hug. I might be really awkward about it, and I might be stiff and like, ooh. But that's mostly just because I have unresolved trauma. So we have unresolved trauma. So what are we doing today? You guys, I'm so excited. Friendly waves are also okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's true. Yeah, and it's valid. If you genuinely do not like physical touch, that's valid. I'm always conflicted. Like, I always have these two aspects to me. Like, people assume that I'm introverted because I act that way, when really I actually do enjoy being around other people and I enjoy their company. People assume that I hate physical touch because I cringe and cower when they try and touch me. But it couldn't be further from the truth. The truth, I actually do like physical touch. I don't know, people are weird. But you know what? I've decided that, look, I found this channel on Twitch. We'll start there. I found this channel on Twitch yesterday who really inspired me to embrace my feminine side, and just embrace being a woman. I've had a hard time doing that throughout my life, if I'm being honest with you. In fact, I've tried to distance myself from that as much as I can. Distance myself from being feminine, try and do things that are less characteristic of women that I know. And you know what? I'm done. I'm done doing that. So the channel that I found here, let me find a different. We'll find a. Where can I display this? We'll find a. Here. Will this show my display capture? No, it won't. Okay, let me try a different scene. I've got so many scenes. We'll just filter through. Okay, there we go. We'll do this one. But the channel I found was Lovely Leaf. And like, I won't play her stream because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. But wow. Can I just say wow? So she's 21. So first of all, she made me feel a little bit old. She's very Gen Z. Very, very Gen Z. But she's like extremely confident in everything. And she's always saying how amazing it's like over the top. She's saying like, and the stars aligned to make me, and I'm so iconic and beautiful and la 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 la. And the way she talks about herself, I'm like, I can't even imagine talk. She's also super hot. No, literally. Yes. 100%. And she knows it. Don't underestimate the pretty privilege. Okay, that's fair. No, she knows. She knows that she's hot. She definitely uses that to her advantage. And I mean, why wouldn't you? If you have power, if you were born with power, then why not wield it? So like, I she is so different than me. You say that until you talk about white men. Oh boy, I don't know if I want to delve into that. Well, this is not about men. This is about women. This is about women today. Okay, thank you. So, anyway, I know that's your personality, and that's okay. We love that. We love it. I'm just a bit flustered. So anyway, she's like dancing. She'll be like dancing in her apartment, and she knows she's so beautiful, and she'll have like 100 people watching her stream and looking at her but she'll treat her chat like shit, and they just eat it right up. She'll like call members of her chat a bitch. She'll be like, what are you talking about, bitch? And it's like that's the first message they sent in her channel, and she'll just say that to a first-time chatter. I'm like, oh my god. Turns out that gets you more attention. Okay, I've been doing my strategy all wrong this whole time. It's like I'm approaching this like an anthropologist. Seriously, I think it's fascinating. She's got this cute like overlay that she developed with her, but look, she puts to like a tree and like a gnome, and there's got moving parts. It's very, I don't know what the aesthetic is called, but it's very beautiful. And she gets so much attention, and people are just obsessed with her, and she's obsessed with herself. And not that I want to become her, but I do want to embody some of her traits. Eris says you should teach her how to lust after hockey dudes, and you should teach her how to cultivate good taste in yaoi. Yeah, maybe I do have some things to teach her. But I don't know. It's crazy. I'm only 6 years older than her, but I feel so old. I didn't realize there was that much of a difference between, I think there's even a huge difference between age 25 and age 21. Even, okay, like 24-year-old me and 21-year-old me, the difference was like 180. But now 27-year-old me, I'm like, oh, you feel super young to me. Really? Oh, thank you. Well, I think I don't typically say a lot of like brain rot terms or like Gen Z slang. Sometimes I sprinkle in a little. But like the first thing that caught me off, that I didn't actually know until all the old people knew about, was 6'7", obviously, and that was the turning point for me. Once I found out about 6'7", at the same time that my parents found out about that, I realized that it had been too late. Like I had turned into old woman. But anyway, like I don't know. I just she is the embodiment of youth, femininity, confidence. She does like K-pop dances in her room. She'll just eat food in front of her computer and watch TikTok videos and like burp a lot and just like, again, call her chat a bitch. And it's appalling to me, but I can't look away. I watched it for like 2 hours. I was sitting there for 2 hours. I was just lurking. I lurk in most places. I'm a chronic lurker, which kind of feels a little bit creepy now that I think about it. But maybe one day I'll chat. But then I'm kind of afraid that she'll call me a bitch. I'm kind of afraid of her. Anyway, so okay. Let's go to the main event. The majority of Twitch is lurkers. Okay, yeah, that's... Call her a bitch first. Checkmate. No, she'll probably just ban me. If I do that. I think it only goes one way. And you know what? I think it is more or less consensual. Because, like, I mean, she'll call people a bitch and they'll stay. So I think there's some sort of understanding. And I kind of understand. There's this dynamic that's going back and forth between her and chat. Again, I haven't delved too much into a realm like this before. But, where it's like they like it, they maybe like a masochistic tendency of like, I like being put down and called mean things. But like first of all, I've never called anyone a bitch ever. And actually, if I did, I would feel very bad about it. I'd probably ruminate about it for hours afterwards. So what I'm saying is, I need to take like a little tiny piece of her and add it to me. Not that I want to become her. I want to take a little piece and eat it up and accumulate it. Eris said, "Would you like to practice? You can insult me if you want." Everyone's volunteering. You can call me one. Oh my god, no. I can't do that. Oh my god. I feel so bad. Sometimes I tell Refly to shut up. And I mean it as the same type of like, you know, like a banter, like an Oh my god, I just read that. Oh my, I've never, oh, no. This is all so new to me. You guys, I'm a baby when it comes to the internet. There's so much I haven't experienced and I haven't allowed myself to experience. And so I feel like I've had a delayed adolescence. A lot of ex-Mormons experience the same thing. I mean, they really do. If you ask any ex-Mormon, especially ex-Mormon women, let me make that clear. Ex-Mormon women typically have delayed adolescence, or like delayed, you know, the like from the age of, you know, 17 to 25. That whole age, I would say, shifts by 5 to 10 years. So I'm basically 21 right now, is what I'm saying. I'm basically branching out, and sometimes they don't experience it until they get divorced in their 40s, and like, you know, they want to have new experiences and be young. So plenty of women go through this. I'm just glad I'm experiencing it now. I'm kind of like, I'm getting all of it. You know, I hate wearing lipstick because I have to keep reapplying it every 2 seconds. I lost my train of thought. Dang it. It was important too. Well, I guess it wasn't that important. Okay, let me think. I'm thinking. I was talking about... Nope, it's gone. Okay. Do you guys wonder what's behind the curtain? I've got a main event for today, which I'm very excited about. I spent a little while working on it. Let me pull up the thing. Here, one sec. Okay, I'm pulling up the thing right now, so I can reveal what's behind the curtain. Okay, you ready? What's behind the curtain? Amazing women tier list. I'm so excited. I was like, oh, I want to do a women tier list. But obviously I don't want to like rank any woman above another, because that would be not good. So what we have instead is a amazing woman. Yay! I don't have an applause sound effect. I should though. We have all positive categories. They're all good. They're just different aspects of womanhood. And you know what? It's impossible to embody all the aspects of womanhood and all the amazing, and also capture all the amazing women that exist. Sam pulls out the binders full of women. Okay. I like how we're on theme. On theme. And so I'll preface this by saying that I started doing this like 2 hours ago. So this is everything I pulled from my brain from 2 hours ago. I didn't have a ton of time. So I definitely left a lot of women out because you know what? There's just and that's what makes it amazing is that maybe next Women's History Month I can do another one with so many more women. There's just so many amazing women out there. It's hard to even begin. But what my criteria was, these are women that it's not just like there's one that I included in there who I don't know a ton about, but all of the other ones I've genuinely looked up to in periods of my life and admire. And I didn't just put them in there because I should put them in there or whatever. No, I put them in there because I genuinely have received inspiration from them at one point. So, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin, you guys. Maybe I should begin with the music. I kind of scrambled to find music, and I'm not really feeling the music right now. So hold on. Oh shoot, what music should I do? Every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle to find music that I can actually use without getting copy. Just type in Lilith Fair music. What is the likelihood that I would have my entire video VOD muted if I played that? See, that's the thing. I'm trying to play the music that won't get my entire VOD muted or copyrighted. Okay. Maybe I should go back to one of my old reliables. You know what? I'm gonna go back to old reliable. It is what it is. Yeah. We're gonna do this one. It's cute. It's fun. Turn it down a bit though. Shout out to Blue, who genuinely makes copyright-free music for people to, like, streamers and everything to use. So I really appreciate that. Okay, back to the tier list. Back to the women. So I've got a ton of women on here. I've also got a few clips I want to play throughout, videos I want to play of women that inspire me. And yeah, we'll all hang out. It'll be a fun time. And okay, who should I start with? Oh, that's hard. There's so many amazing women here. Okay. We'll start with, I don't know. Okay. We'll start with, okay, well, we'll start with someone who's already familiar to the channel, which is Amelia Fart. By the way, hopefully my Canva thing goes away. Will you go away so I can see there, okay. So, we'll start with someone who's already familiar. We've talked about her very many times on the channel, but you know what? You can never talk about Amelia Fart enough times. She's a YouTuber. She makes very vulnerable and raw YouTube videos about her inner experience, about how she, often about like how she dresses and why she dresses the way she dresses, and how when she goes outside, other people judge her a lot because of the way she chooses to express herself. But she continues to do it anyway. She continues to wear the eccentric makeup and you know, she's always wearing a boa, like in every single video she has. She's wearing a, like, whether it be a pink boa or a green boa, and she always dyes her hair by herself, Shrek color. She's dyed her hair in like a parking garage. She's dyed her hair on the train. She's dyed it in a grocery store, in various places. And honestly, I have a hard time with this because I don't know whether I should put her in breathtaking or daring. Breathtaking is my category for women who are just so beyond, they just like blow you away. That's how it's not necessarily like just physical beauty. It's also just like sheer power and aura and amazingness. I may put her in the breathtaking category, but she's also very daring. She'll do really crazy things in public, and not really care about what the other people think about her. So I'm gonna put her in breathtaking. Yeah, I think she's definitely deserves that spot. I love all the colors of this too. My favorite color is maroon. So, and I put different shades of like maroon and magenta. It's like a combination between maroon and magenta. So, okay, next one. Let's do, we'll do, I have such a hard time deciding. We'll do Samantha. Samantha from Sex and the City. Oh yes. If you want to see an amazing show that inspires women, then watch Sex and the City. And Samantha especially. Carrie, okay, so there's 4 women in it. There's Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte, and Miranda. And they all embody different powerful women. If I had to choose, like, I think the most, well, they're all special. They're all special in their own unique ways. I will say my least favorite character is definitely Carrie, because she reminds me the most of myself. But it kind of in the sense of like she just keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again. She's a bit too real. She's a bit too real and not as much aspirational. And when I look to my TV, I tend to look for, I mean, sometimes realism is important, but mostly I'm looking for aspirational characteristics. So I chose Samantha because she was really pivotal character for me, especially when in my journey of embracing my sexuality, because her character, she is very open with she'll just have relationships with almost anyone, and she's very open about her sexuality. She talks about it with everyone. She's not ashamed of it. She has absolutely no guilt and no shame in her entire body. Absolutely shameless. And I'm not saying that that's like, I have to be that way. I'm just saying, like, in the same category as that streamer we were investigating earlier, she is also the embodiment. She's like the opposite of me. She's the embodiment of everything I'm not. And therefore I want to incorporate just a little aspect of her in me. An aspect that is free from guilt and shame, for just being a human. Because that's unnecessary. Like, feeling guilty for just being alive, feeling guilty for normal human activities, that needs to go. In 2026, we need to be done with that. And this show came out in like, I think it was like when I was born. It was pre 9/11, because the first season they had the Twin Towers in it, and I always base everything off that. Like that's a very great judge of time. So the first, literally the opening segment has the Twin Towers in it, and it's like, oh, okay, wow, that's. So I think the first season came. Let's see. I think it came out in. So the book was. Oh yeah. So okay. So the first episode came out in June 6th, 1998, which is the year I was born. It's only like 3 months after I was born. That's crazy. But surprisingly still so relevant and still so inspiring today. So I don't love what they did with her character in like the movies and in the they did a like a spin-off in 2021, which I hated. I absolutely hated. 2020, like I think it's called And Just Like That. They absolutely destroyed every single one of the characters. Miranda was known for being, okay, I gotta, honorable mention is Miranda from Sex and the City. She's amazing. She's a lawyer. She's always working hard. She's very firm and she's very confident in her identity, and she can sometimes be really mean. Actually, most of the time she's pretty mean, especially to men. And oh my gosh, the fashion in this show is on point. But she always has everything together. Like she has her own apartment. She like, I think she eventually makes partner at her firm. She's well respected by everyone around her. But then oh my God, Just Like That, the 2021 show, they absolutely destroyed her character. Like they, piece by piece, they just eroded away and made her this like very unconfident, shy, unsure of herself, just emotional wreck. I bet she would call me an orangutan. I can't even say that out loud. I bet she would. Yeah, maybe she might. She especially, and she comes on strong in the first couple. She would mean it too. Yeah, she would. So she's an honorable mention. She's not on the list, but Samantha is. And Samantha I'm putting in the daring category. Because she just dares to be herself despite what anybody else thinks about her. And she's open and honest about being a sexual being. She's not ashamed of that. And other people do judge her. Other people do judge her a lot. But the thing is that she doesn't let it affect her at all. And I think that's the important distinction. So she still ends up being successful. She has a successful PR firm. And I mean, if she took all the comments she receives to heart, she would never be as successful as she is. So, you like these categories? Good. Me too. I wanted them to all be positive. We're not, you know what women need to do is we need to lift each other up, not tear each other down. There's plenty of women I could tear down. But I just think that's, and there's plenty of women being torn down these days, and we could go into the criticisms we have of people, but I'm just kind of tired of that, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Let everybody else do that. That's what literally everyone else is doing, is just constantly tearing each other down. So I would instead like to just lift people up. Now, that being said, there's some women on this list who have had some controversies. They have had some, maybe said or done certain things that are not ideal. But I think that we can still embrace people as whole and nuanced individuals, and don't just judge them based on one or two of their actions, I guess. I don't know. That's a very nuanced topic. We are just talking about their aspirational characteristics, not whatever. I don't have to explain myself. It's so exhausting. Okay, we're putting her in the daring category. Okay, who's next? Let's do a scientist. I've got some scientists here. I would like to start with, this is Rosalind Franklin. Because this is Marie Curie. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I don't often see photos of them, so sometimes I do. I'll be honest, I didn't really know what she looked like before. I just knew her by name. But she has always been iconic. I insisted in my biology lab that, like, when I was working, yo, what's up, Dom? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Dom, it's a women's stream today. Happy International Women's Month. We are embracing women.
我在北京。
What's up, Beijing? Sun just rising. Oh, I hope you're enjoying the sunrise. I've decided that I'm done with I'm done with my ruminations for now, and I want to instead look to inspiring women, because that's one area of my life I've neglected for a very long time. So, okay, Rosalind Franklin. Does anybody know who Rosalind Franklin is? You probably know who Watson and Crick are. You probably know Watson and Crick, who are credited with the discovery of the structure of DNA. Okay, so it's not entirely clear some people speculate that they stole Rosalind Franklin's data. I think it's probably a bit more nuanced than that. But what is true is that she did not get enough credit for the work she did in discovering the structure of DNA. And so I was like, when I started out in my biology lab, we had this centrifuge, and my PI, he asked me, he was like, what should we name it? And I was like, there were two of them. So I was like, we should name one Rosalind and one Franklin. Because we were like studying DNA. So what we're doing with the centrifuges I forget the process now, but cleansing DNA and reading it and like running a gel. I used to know that process by heart. You just you pipette a bunch of shit, you get chemicals into it, you break it down, you isolate the DNA, and then you like inject it into this aerogel, this that's the only word I can use to describe it. This type of gel it's very fun to play with, by the way. If you've ever played with a DNA gel, it's so floppy. It's more solid than like a Jello you would eat. It's more. My grandma used to make something she called Jello jigglers, which are like little like squares of Jello that were more firm than regular Jello, and it's like it would hold its shape if you shake it, and you can take a bite out of it, and it's just plain Jello. It's like even more firm than that. You could still take a bite out of it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not sure what DNA gel is made out of, to be fair. Dom says, I just read a book about Deepa Ma. She was a beast. Ooh, I don't know. I've never heard of this person. What do they do? There's so many women I could have talked about, Dom. There's women are amazing. But yes, you have this woman to thank for us knowing the structure of DNA. Oh yeah, so you pipette the once you've isolated the DNA, you pipette it into these little troughs in the gel, which you make. So like you make the gel itself. You like mix it together in the water, and you put like a plastic thing with prongs in it, and you rest it down in the gel as it solidifies, and then you take it out and pull it out, and then you like inject and you add dye to it, and you inject it into the well or the trough, and then you run an electrical current through it. So one end negative, one end positive, and I believe the DNA, well, depending on the the science is all lost on me, but anyway, it separates into these different, it like smears across the gel, and then you put it in a special machine that reads it, like shines a specific light on it, and then it'll tell you the size of the DNA. Actually, ideally, you don't want it to be smeared. If it gets smeared, then it's kind of like, oh shit, I messed it up. But if it's like one little line, it's called gel electrophoresis. Here, I just remember that. Gel, yeah, look at this. I remember doing this all the time. Dude, biologists do this shit like multiple times a day. And that's like sometimes all they do. And I was doing this and I was getting bored of it. I was like, is this really all they do? Yep. Oh yeah, so you see this. It can get a little bit smudged like this, but you can tell. So here's a reference. There's always a reference here to show you that what you're doing is accurate, right? To make sure there's no problems with the gel, you inject the. They give you like a sample that has all these different parameters. And then that way you can use it as a reference point to say, oh, this is 2,500. You know, this one's 3,000. This one's this. And when you start to see the clear lines, you're like, yes! But when you start to see the smudges like this, you're like, oh, fuck. Because there's a possibility that the DNA is still dirty and it fucking got ruined somehow. And when I tell you this is like an hour-long, 2-hour-long process, I want to say it's like 2 hours long. So you could like spend half the day on this shit, all for it at the very end to not work out. So when you run the gel, you want to, it's like, it reveals to you whether you did everything successfully or not. Oh yeah, so here's like what it kind of looks like. You have a power supply, and then you hook up the anode, which is a positive charge, and then the cathode, the negative charge. And then it runs from the negative to the positive. It just like runs up here. It's like in a liquid solution, which I think also helps it move. Again, I'm not sure like the exact science behind it, but yeah, I've operated one of these things before. Yeah, it looks clear like this. So you can't tell what the lines look like until you put it under a special light. But you see like a bunch of bubbles going through, and then it's all invisible. Dom says, a prominent Buddhist master in Asia, and also taught in the United States, where she influences the American branch of the Vipassana movement. Oh, she's just like a crazy good meditator. She was a Theravadan teacher when it was almost all males. Everyone was just like, yeah, she's a beast, let her teach. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. That is an amazing woman. That is right on theme with today's topic. Yeah, so anyway, that's gel electrophoresis. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about that. You got to make sure when you're injecting it that you don't, the amount of times. Oh, okay. Another thing you can fuck up is if you take the freaking pipette and you stick it too far into the gel and you fucking puncture the gel, or it's too shallow. Either one of those things, you just completely ruin the whole thing. The amount of times I've done that, I've ruined like an hour, 2 hours of work by accidentally. Like, you gotta have a really steady hand. You gotta hold it down and like hold it. And this well is so small. You gotta aim. You gotta be really good at aiming. Okay, you gotta be good at aiming. And you press it in there. You don't want it to touch any of the sides. You just want it to be right in the. Here. This is what the pipette looks like. And you just you stick it in there and you inject it, and then. Oh, I haven't done it with protein before. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never done it with I've only done it with DNA. But yeah. I used to do a lot of stuff with DNA. My previous or like my experience in biology, we would measure DNA to make sure that it was being edited appropriately. Because what we'd do is we'd take the whole, we'd develop a form of CRISPR. So what you can do is you can train CRISPR, which is like a DNA cutting tool, to cut in specific areas. You could be like, hey dude, cut here between this A and G or whatever and this C and something. And then it makes the cuts and it can take out a piece of DNA and just like, it's gone. So you can take out the piece of DNA that's associated with zebrafish pigmentation, which is the tyrosinase gene. So we like, so you have to basically sequence the entire gene, and then it's like a unique code. You like train the CRISPR to cut on both ends of the code, and then it just like, and I think what it does is it also sews the DNA back together afterwards. CRISPR-Cas9 is what we used. I did a diagram of this at one point. Oh, I always see this diagram of the... So they've got this guide RNA. Oh yeah, okay, so the guide RNA is what... it's like a... You could think of RNA kind of like a half sequence of DNA. Like half of the... You see how DNA is double-sided like this? Well, an RNA is one-sided. One half. Dom says she had some kids that died, and afterwards she got the advice to treat all people as her child, and that was kind of the vibe. Oh, interesting. Well, I think that was, I guess that ended up being good advice, right? Anyway, so yeah, when the RNA, so this is the thing you use to train the CRISPR, when it recognizes a specific, because what it does is it matches up. So like an A only matches up to a G, I think. I fucking forgot. I forgot. There's like A, G, C, T. I think C's and T's line up. No, I think it's A's and T's. Let's see. A and T or C and T. Oh, I fucking... Wait, why is there a T? Oh, yeah. Okay. There's A, C, G, and U. And then sometimes... Yeah, guanine side. Okay, so G and C line up and A and T line up. And then sometimes I think it's T that becomes a U. For some reason, I don't know. T becomes a... Hello. T and DNA, U and RNA. Oh, thank you, Eris. I should know this. I completely... You see, this is the thing. I completely forgot. Hi, Orange. No. I'm just yapping about... So, basically, we're yapping about women that we love. And this is Rosalind Franklin, and she can be credited... you have her to thank for knowing this, along with Watson and Crick, for knowing the structure of DNA. So now we're talking about DNA and the structure. Making sure we got it right. There's T in DNA and U in RNA. Okay. Yeah, at one point I knew that. I don't know that anymore. I used to like have the structures of them memorized too, like the double rings and shit. That's all gone. It's lost. Like, oh yeah, the purines and the pyrimidines. Okay. So basically CRISPR comes in with the RNA, and if the RNA matches up, it only matches up 1-to-1. So it finds the thing that it matches with. Once it finds that, then it cuts the DNA at that part. And you can, at that point, insert a new gene, or you can delete a gene. Either one. And in this case, I believe we just deleted the gene, the tyrosinase gene. And so we made like the fish lose all of its color. Oh, is that your answer for today, Orange? Nice. So we're gonna put Rosalind Franklin at smart, obviously. We love her. She's so smart. Yep, she deserves way more credit than what she got. But it's okay. People know about her now, I think. Hopefully. And so, let's see. Angela Merkel. I've never heard of this person. She is a German stateswoman and retired politician who was the Chancellor of Germany from 2005 to 2021. Ooh. She is the only woman to have held the office and the only from former East Germany. Ah. Leader of the opposition from 2002 to 2005. Oh, she was born in West Germany, moved to East Germany. Ooh, smart. Smart woman. Quantum chemistry. Can I ask what specifically you like about her? She started out in science. Oh. And then she entered politics in the wake of the revolution. Deputy spokeswoman for the first democratically elected government of East Germany. That's cool. Making the leap from science to politics. I can understand that. Well, not really. I'm not the same as her at all. She's very accomplished. Most scientists don't bother. That's cool. Thanks for sharing. Okay, who do we have next? We have Oh, okay, here's one that people probably know. Alyssa Liu. She's recently come to my attention. I didn't know about her previously, but I saw her performances at the U.S. Figure skating, or the Olympic figure skating. She's amazing. Apparently my brother-in-law met her the other day, which was crazy. And he works for a news network that I don't know exactly what news network. I forgot to ask. But anyway, I don't know too much about her, to be fair, but I really enjoyed her performances. I also enjoy how she seems to just have fun with it. She's not really doing it for anyone or any sort of success. She's just doing it to have fun. And that's pretty inspirational. She's extremely talented. She's just like, she just radiates this positive energy. And I think that's amazing. So I'm going to put her at breathtaking. She's definitely breathtaking. Breathtaking in the sense of just so glowing and inspirational. Okay. Put her there. When did I last try ice skating? A couple years ago, yeah. It's hard. It's really hard. Especially since I have further to fall. I have a long way to fall to the ground. So you have to have really impressive ankle strength. And like my ankles always feel my legs feel really tired afterwards. It requires a lot of balance. Oh my gosh, my abs too. It requires so much balance. To, keep you up, balancing on those little, vertical metal slabs. It's not my favorite activity, if I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's pretty anxiety inducing. I'm always afraid I'm gonna fall. And that makes for not a very fun experience. But do you guys enjoy ice skating? Sorry guys, there's gonna be ads coming. I'll use the opportunity to apply my lipstick. Well, I was kind of just being dramatic. I don't have that much further to fall than other people, but I like being dramatic. Okay, who should we do next? Oh, I really like, well, I like all these women, but recently I've started to like Alex Kosani. She appeared on, there's this, I posted in Discord, but it was a really funny chicken shop date YouTube video. And she's like this social, so I said previously she's like social anxiety final boss. She just like, she doesn't care about being weird and being quirky and being different and making silly voices and silly faces. And, having really eccentric style. So I've come to enjoy seeing her. So I think she's really inspirational. I'm gonna put her at funny category. She goes down here at funny category. She's really funny. Like I haven't, when I saw the video with her, I hadn't laughed that much in a while, so. Oh, how do I? There we go. Okay, we'll put her there. Let's do someone else. I would like to do someone I've mentioned before as well. The Black Forager. I really love the Black Forager. She, for those of you who don't know, she makes Instagram videos, like Instagram reels, about whether you can eat something, like in a parking lot or just in your neighbor's yard. Like she'll just walk through different areas and be like, ooh, this is a special tree, and she'll pick something from the tree and be like, you can eat this. She just knows about everything you could forage, which requires a lot of knowledge. And I would trust her. I would trust her with my life. I mean, that's kind of what it is. Like, if she says you can eat something and you eat it and it ends up being poison, then you basically die. So I basically I would put my life in her hands. And so would a lot of people, because she's just that knowledgeable. So yeah, I love how she's sharing her knowledge with others. There's so much food to be had everywhere. You know, the things you don't really even think about. You're like, oh, I didn't realize that was edible. And there's some plants which part of it's edible and part of it's poisonous. So it's kind of interesting. Like there's this one, I think it's like a pine tree, but or not a tree, but like a bush that's got pine needles on it. It's got these little red fruits, which the fruit itself is poisonous, but the nut on the inside, don't take this as foraging advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen to her instead. But anyway, supposedly the nut is not poisonous. So if you like wash off the fruit, and it might be vice versa. So again, don't take that as advice. It's highly possible that I had that confused. So we'll put her at, I think I'm gonna put her at smart because she's very knowledgeable. We're gonna put her at the top. Put her at smart. Smart women. Yes. And obviously all these women are basically all these categories, but I wanted to put them in the category where I thought they shine the most. You know, we all have different mixes of ingredients in us. So, okay, who's next? Let's do, we'll do, okay, I want to do this one. I don't know if anybody will recognize this one. Maybe Sam will recognize her, but I don't know if anybody else will. This is Maria Sabina. Have you heard of Maria Sabina? She is the Marissa mix is the best. Oh my gosh! Wow! Hello! Thank you. Is it Zach App or Zach AP? I've heard different versions. Oh my gosh! Shroom Raid! I love your little emojis. I love the mushroom emojis. Yes, we are mushroom lovers here, and we just happen to be talking about Maria Sabina. This is perfect timing. Oh my God, I've never had this many viewers before. Hello, welcome. We're talking about, for this Women's History Month. Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh my gosh. Hi, Break. Hello, Chris. Hello, Junk. Hello, Plagued. Thank you so much, Zach. That's so nice of you. Hello, Bounce House. Hello, Mook. Hello, Doctor. Hello. Thank you all for the follows. Holy shit. This is crazy. Can I get a yes in the chat? Here, hold on. Yes. Oh no, my thing's not working. Oh shit. Maybe I should switch to my other overlay. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna switch to my mushroom overlay. Okay, this better work. It's gonna work now. My stream's breaking, you guys. Yes! Okay. Yes! Woo! I wish everyone a very what's up, Beijing. Wait, why didn't that work? Hello? Well, Xi Jinping was supposed to greet you and say what's up, Beijing. Oh, it's just slow. Okay, that's why. Well, you'll get a very what's up, Beijing very soon. Thank you guys for the follows. Yes, thank you for the yes, JS. Let's see, and please let me know what I should call you.
我在北京.
What's up, Beijing? Women are the answer. Absolutely, Break. You're so right. Did anyone use Rosa Luxemburg?
Life is Roblox.
Life is Roblox. So true. So, for those who don't know, my name is Marissa. Here, I'll switch to I've got like 50 million overlays. So, My name's Marissa. I like to talk about philosophy, consciousness. We're a bit of an armchair philosopher, so we're not like, we've got some members of the community like Aristotle, for example, who are true philosophers. But we dabble. We do a little bit of dabbling in philosophy on this channel. I love talking about consciousness. I love talking about mushrooms. I love talking about like reading different books. We've delved into some more Western philosophy, like Nietzsche and my mind's blanking. That was basically it. Okay, we've read some Camus. We've read some I'm more of an Eastern philosophy girly. I've also got Alan Watts. If you guys enjoy Alan Watts, I've got my favorite quote by Alan Watts over here in the corner. Hello, everyone. Sorry if I missed your chat. I apologize, but I hope you guys are all having a good time. Call him whatever, just don't call him a fascist or a liberal. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I won't call Zach that. You say, so Bounce says Zach app, but everyone says it differently.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. The openness. Hello, Pete. Zach Chap. Zach Arp. Zark Arp. Okay. Well, whatever you're called, you are welcome here. I kind of, I'm kind of my aspirational identity is to be a citizen diplomat. I have a master's in international relations. You can't be too prescriptive on the internet. People are going to do their own thing anyway. Okay, that's fair. I'm learning that. Everyone's welcome. You know what? We talk a lot about how I'm a chronic people pleaser, which is good and bad. It's good and bad, but we're embracing that part of ourselves and this stream. So let's go back to the tier list, shall we? I discovered that the answer to all my problems is women. And so we're doing a woman tier list. I gotta scroll through my 15 different overlays that I have. Okay, wait, I think it's my Mahjong one. Hold on. Okay, yeah. No, it's not. Shit. Wait, which one is it? Oh yeah, it's this one. It's this one. Okay, call me asparagus. We like to hear some wisdom from DJ Khaled, because he really knows what's going on. When you delve too deep into philosophy, sometimes you have to remember the absurdity of life, and I think he embodies that perfectly, especially with the life is Roblox. I love it when chat just whips that out when we're trying to delve into a really serious topic, and it's like, does it really matter that much? I don't know. So, anyway, Maria Sabina. She is from South America. Shit, I forgot what I need to do my research better.
There's Roblox.
We got everything on my display capture, which is a good idea. I'm gonna pull up her bio. Oh yes, she's from Oaxaca. Okay, I knew that. She is from the Mexican state of Oaxaca in southern Mexico. So she is often credited with the introduction of specifically entheogenic mushrooms to Westerners, although that wasn't really her intention. That wasn't exactly her intention with that. So she welcomed some Western, I think they were journalists. Let's see. Into her home, to have her ceremony. So she was an experienced practitioner. Again, this medicine comes from South America and was widely used in kind of, you could call her a medicine woman, Uh, it's a sacred mushroom important to the Mazatecs. So, yes, she it wasn't her intention, but because of her entheogenic mushroom culture was brought to the United States and popularized. And from there, during kind of the 1960s, 1970s, especially 1970s, there was a lot of pilgrimages made to Oaxaca. And in the end, I was watching this documentary called, it's by Michael Pollan, if you know him. He made a documentary on Netflix about psychedelics, and he did some explorations. And it's sounding like because of all the attention that, kind of the hippies brought to Oaxaca and brought to her, she was ostracized from her community when it was never really even her intention. She just wanted to share her medicine with others and show the power of psilocybin when used in a. I'm an advocate. I do not promote the use of any substance on this channel. That's never my goal. But personally, my use of psilocybin mushrooms has been essential for the improvement of my mental health. But I'm always an advocate for safe and sincere use, and also respecting where it came from, right? So this is where it came from. And that was always her intention. So I'm going to put her in the caring category, because all she did was care. She did not, now she's passed away, and now she's receiving the respect that she deserved. But my understanding is that towards the end of her life, she did not, and she was instead blamed for a lot of the hippies coming by and kind of, I wouldn't use a word as strong as gentrification, but kind of just like a lot of whitewashing of the culture of psychedelics, and specifically mushrooms. So I'm going to put her in caring. So anyway, it is so delightful to have all of you here with me. I'm so blessed. Turns out this is what happens when you embrace lifting others up. So I am very grateful. I'm very grateful for Zach for lifting. I always love it when streamers lift other streamers up. And since I started doing Twitch 9 months ago, and it's been amazing to see how supportive the community has been. Moose said hippie colonizers. Yeah, that's a term you could use. I mean, kind of. That's kind of what happened. And it's really a shame because seeing the video footage of her, she just looks like such a kind and caring individual. And it's a shame she lost the respect of her community, because she always deserved it. So yes, W, lifting up others. You know what, 2026, I'm done with tearing people down. I think the solution, so her name is Maria Sabina. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Yes, so she's from Oaxaca, Mexico. And yes, she was crucial for the introduction of entheogenic mushrooms to Western society. So, oh yes, of course, yeah. So, and I didn't know about her too until I watched the documentary, and I was like, wow, okay, I have so much respect and love, because for me specifically, that has changed my life. So, okay, who should we do next? Let's do another iconic woman. I would love to do. Ooh, has anyone seen BoJack Horseman? Okay, we've got Princess Carolyn here. Oh shit! I just moved my freaking Hold on. Control Z. Okay. It goes back. This is Princess Carolyn. AKA. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love my keyboard. My keyboard is a McGeegee keyboard. I I really need to put that in my bio, the name of my keyboard, but it's very, here, I'll like type something up. And my microphone just happens to be right next to it, so I love how Google's like trying to guess what I'm typing out. It's like, I don't even know. Girl, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so if any of you have seen BoJack Horseman, this is my favorite character. Well, one of my... I love a lot of the characters. One thing I love about BoJack Horseman is how they make very nuanced, flawed, characters who have a lot of flaws, but also a lot of positive aspects. Obviously, I love the depiction of BoJack Horseman, although he's not really an aspirational character. He's kind of the opposite. So Princess Carolyn is definitely an aspirational character for me. Zach said there's a town near me called, let's see, how would you pronounce that? There's a town near you that has a native species of psilocybe subaeruginosa growing in the woods everyone knows about. There's a fun documentary from 1995 about it, and the town too. All across the world there are native species. Yes, well, and that's important to say too, is that there are definitely psychoactive mushrooms present all around the world. In fact, there's somebody in my state, I live in Utah, so there's somebody from Utah doing a research about these mushrooms in a specific part of, I think it's Yunnan, China, that makes everyone see little people, like little gnome people. I need to see this. Let's see. Utah researcher. Yeah, okay, here it is. It's the hallucinogenic mushroom that makes you see hundreds of tiny people. It's the mushroom that when ingested causes fairy tale-like hallucinations, including the sudden appearance of tiny people. Mushrooms are fascinating. And thanks for recommending that documentary. I'll have to check it out. I love watching documentaries. I'm relatively new to the mushroom space. I did get, and I did get a book. I think it's mandatory. I think it's mandatory for everyone who introduces himself, gets introduced to this space, to get a book by Terence McKenna. I want to preface by saying I don't necessarily agree with all of his ideas. He's a little out there, but I have read Food of the Gods. I'm sorry, Zach. The links don't work. I'm sorry. I need to change my settings. But I've read most of this book. It's kind of about the history of entheogenic medicine in indigenous cultures, and he's got some interesting theories. Oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. No, tragic. It's so up my alley, but I just haven't seen it yet. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I remember learning about this and I was like, what? That's crazy. Okay, back to the tier list. Princess Carolyn. So, I won't give any spoilers for people who haven't seen BoJack Horseman, but Princess Carolyn, she is basically like the PR manager of the main character, who is like a washed up Hollywood celebrity. And she's just, she is a working woman. She's got a coffee in her hand. She's always on the phone with somebody, like just fixing everything, getting everything done. She is an expert at putting out fires. She, averting disaster, which BoJack Horseman is a disaster fundamentally. Like he just is. And she's always cleaning up his messes, and holding it all together and doing it with a smile. Which in some ways is her flaw, right? Is that she's always taking care of everybody else besides herself, which, But as the series goes on, you see her start to develop more value and respect for herself and start to say no to people, which I really like. She's not just like bending over backwards for everybody just because they have money or just because they have power over her. She's taking her power back and saying, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing. And I love her for that. So she's amazing. I'm putting her at accomplished, which is where she deserves to be. She's extremely accomplished. Definitely an aspirational character. I tried to choose mostly real people, but obviously we can't ignore the influence of people from media. So yeah. Okay, who should we do next? We've got so many wonderful people. Okay, I want to do one that you probably aren't familiar with. Ooh, Moo said, by the way, if I call you the wrong name, let me know. I love character growth, especially in a complex one who feels more real. Absolutely.
In life, there's roadblocks.
Life is Roblox. Hello, Refly. Welcome. We've got quite the audience today. Welcome, my friend. We were talking about you earlier, actually, Refly. In the beginning of this stream, we were doing some investigations of a streamer who calls her chat, like first-time chatters, bitch. She'll be like, actually, bitch, this, and she'll like say something. And I'm just appalled because I cannot imagine being that rude to people. But she does it with confidence, and her chat seems to like it as well. And I said, sometimes I tell Refly to shut up and I feel bad. I'm meaning it in a funny way, obviously, and hopefully you're taking it in a funny way. But even that, I feel like, I don't want to be mean. So anyway, okay. So maybe you've heard of this. Sorry for disgust, if you are sensitive to disgusting things. This is, let me recall her name. It's Ara Katarina, I believe. Ari Kananen. But her username on Instagram is Ari Katarina. She is the cleaning queen on Instagram, if you've ever seen. You could Refly, you're the third person who said that today. Oh my god, I cannot imagine. Maybe one day. Once we gain our confidence, just you wait. Although I don't think I could fathom myself ever saying that to someone. I just want to be nice. Okay. So Arina, let's see. Ari, okay. If you've ever seen her videos on Instagram, she cleans people's houses for free, and especially people who've undergone mental health struggles, specifically like severely depressed people. Refly saying, I'm seeing nicknames I haven't seen before. Welcome, bitches. Thanks for saying that, Refly. You can be the mean one. Yes, welcome to everyone. So she'll clean people's houses for free. and you know, she posts content about it, so it's, you know, she's getting money out of it, but still, like, she I mean, it can be appalling what accumulates in somebody's house when they're, if you've ever been to, you know, my grandma, she was a hoarder, but she was never at this she was never at this severity. She just had some stuff accumulated, like piles of things, and you know, she didn't really clean her house that often. But it wasn't nearly on the scale of this, where literally trash is piled up and cockroaches and spiders and rats and but she comes in, she'll clean it all out, and see the transformation is just amazing to see. A space that's just filled with trash and debris, and she'll like scrub it away and do this reveal. It's very iconic. Moose said, I used to come into some streams saying, sup birches, and like a branch or a tree. Nice. That's iconic. Sup birches. What's up? Sup birch. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It kind of reminds me, our discussion has kind of reminded me of, oh, my music went out. Shoot. Okay. Copyright free music. We'll go back. This is all reliable. By the way, shout out Blue. Shout out Blue makes royalty free, no copyright background music. I call them old reliable because I use them in almost every stream. If anybody knows of any copyright free music, I love it. I love this music. But if anybody knows of any other sources, please let me know, because I'm getting desperate. Okay, we were going to look up something. What we're gonna look up? Oh, we were gonna okay, wait. It reminds me of that one CL song called Hello Bitches. Okay, this is iconic. If any of you guys have ever listened to K-pop, CL is... Speaking of an iconic woman, well, here we go. I'll only play a bit because I know I'm not supposed to, but I just wanted to play the part where she says, hello, bitches. This dance group was really popular during this time. Oh, yes, I know. By the way, Big Bang. Oh, my God. If you don't know who Big Bang is, I'm sorry. But Big Bang also utilized this dance group. It was also when Justin Bieber utilized them. They were just like, they were everywhere. Anyway, we'll save Big Bang is another, that's a topic for another stream. Don't even get me started on Big Bang. We're focusing on women. Big Bang Theory is K-drama. Reply, you should know the answer to that question. So I will not respond. You should know by now. You've seen my drawings. So I'll let you determine the answer on your own. Okay, we're gonna put her at caring, because she's a very caring and kind individual. So we'll put her there. Where's my music? Oh yes, back to the copyright free music. You've heard the fan fiction. We've read the fan fiction. Okay, I need to know, is it Moo or Mook? Should I say Mook? I feel so weird about saying people's wrong name. Oh wait, delay, but I just recognize that woman, the one who does cleaning. She cleans a lot of hoarder spaces, right? Yes, she does. And that's what she does. She cleans hoarder spaces. So people who've let like trash and decomposing food. Okay, it's Mook. Okay, I'll say that from now on. I got it. I've committed it to memory. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. So, like, I mean, you see here in the corner, it's all just decomposing. And so she'll pull stuff out of the fridge and it'll be like calcified together and like, you know, like dripping with, if I feel like, because sometimes I like to embrace different emotions. Something we like doing on this channel is exploring our capacity for experiencing different emotions. So one of them is disgust. That's a key emotion based on Plutchnik's Wheel of Emotions. And I think it's essential to experience all of them. Don't hold back. I feel like we do far too much holding back or far too much of just like maybe one or two emotions. We need to experience the full spectrum. That's what it's about. So sometimes when I'm feeling like I need to experience some disgust, then I'll watch her video. I deleted my Instagram, so I don't, but there are ways to see it. Ada Lovelace, not in the list below. Is that yours, Refly? Who's that? Here, let me look. Ada Lovelace. That's my question of the day, is who is one woman you find inspiring? Okay. Ada Lovelace. Ooh. Hold on. Wait, I love her already. I love this veil action and the coloring of everything too. Wow, damn. An English mathematician and writer, chiefly known for work on Charles Babbage's proposed mechanical. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful and smart. The duality of woman. The first computer programmer. Wow, thank you for introducing me to her. That's amazing. But a terrible cook. Was she known for being a terrible cook? That's funny. We can only do so many things, you know. You can only focus on, you can only have so many skills. That's all right. Oh, you're just kidding. Okay. Oh. Her father expected his child to be a glorious boy and was disappointed when Lady Byron gave Oh, come on. Well, turns out she ended up being glorious anyway. Take that. Take that, men. I don't appreciate that, Refly. No. Not here. Not on this channel. It's one of the ways the patriarchy likes to judge. Well, fuck the patriarchy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have very strong opinions. I think the closest I came to feminism was defending the Barbie movie. I defended the Barbie movie to people in my office who were complaining about it, saying it was too, quote, woke. Girl, it's just a movie. If you can't cook, then I'll guess you'll starve. And that's right, Mook. Exactly. Yeah. I like that perspective. They didn't like the Barbie movie, and they were talking about it. They thought it was too woke. They were like, they were complaining. They're like, well, I mean, we have a, they're like, we have a woman vice president. How much more? It was when, Biden was president. How much more do you need? And it's like, hello? What are you talking about? I don't know. It was just like, it was delusional. The conversation they were having, it was just and I have nothing against men. I truly don't. We love men. We embrace men. Everyone's welcome here. But sometimes people can get delusional. And I think it's both sides. Like, women can become delusional. Men can become delusional. We can all become. delusional. And they were complaining about, like, what more do women want? They already have a vice president. And I just came in and I was like, men are okay, I guess. Just joshing. They're okay, I guess. I'm someone who believes that we all have, I'm not a very spiritual person, although I do enjoy exploring and delving into spirituality. We've got some people on this channel who are much more knowledgeable about spirituality than me and actually, you know, firmly believe in it. But I do want to think that there is the divine masculine and divine feminine. You know, everybody has masculinity and femininity within themselves. And I don't know. Everything's much more nuanced than we give it credit for. That's all I'm going to say. I do have a clip from Barbie that I wanted to play, though, in terms of women. We're going to put her... Okay, so we're going to put Ari in the caring category, and then I want to show you guys a video. Now, I want to preface by saying it may rub you the wrong way, and that's okay. If it does rub you the wrong way, then maybe it wasn't meant for you. And that's fine. If a video wasn't meant for you, that's okay. You can just click away. Or you can watch it and ask yourself, like, why? Why does this make me angry? Why does this make me upset? You know? But for me, when I watched this video, I actually teared up a bit. I got, I don't know, I related to it in some sense. So I want to play this video. It's called To Be Woman. Let me see if I can, sadness. And you can tell me, feel free to tell me below what emotions this video stirs in you. Because, we need to experience our emotions more. I love how I just typed woman in this. Don't look at that. Don't look at that, okay? I'm putting the display capture on here. Exposed. I genuinely like this, okay? I genuinely like this video. Did I find it today after typing women in the search bar? I did, okay? I'll expose that. I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. The Google algorithm was like, I know exactly what you're looking for. I know, she knows me so well, you guys. She knows me so well. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here. We're gonna put this down here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're gonna watch this video. It's called To Be Woman, made by Olive Morris. It's a compilation of many different women in media. And yeah, combined with the monologue at the end of the Barbie movie. Okay.
I am hungry. I have been.
This is how I felt when I put on lipstick this morning. I don't usually wear makeup. It feels like this.
Women are born with pain built in. It's our physical destiny. Period pains, sore boobs, childbirth, you know. We carry it within ourselves throughout our lives. Men don't. They have to seek it out. They invent all these gods and demons and things so they can feel guilty about things, which is something we do very well on our own. And then they create wars so they can feel things and touch each other. And when there aren't any wars, they can play rugby. And we have it all going on in here.
I'm just a woman. And as a woman, there's no way for me to make my own money. And if I had my own money, which I don't, that money would belong to my husband the moment we got married. And if we had children, they would be his, not mine. They would be his property. So don't sit there and tell me that marriage isn't an economic proposition, because it is.
I just feel like women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts. And they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it.
I'm crying and they start
I'm gonna
laughing.
watch the whole
Or there's people sitting in the waiting
first
room
and then
and they're
so 5
like
minutes.
me but prettier and better at because maybe I'm not good enough.
Yes, you are.
No. No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not.
You are.
It's not just that. I'm not smart enough to be interesting. I can't do brain surgery. I've never flown a plane. I'm not the president. No one on the Supreme Court is me. I'm not good enough for anything.
It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like, we have to always be extraordinary. But somehow we're always doing it wrong. Like, you have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money, because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane, but if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood, but always stand out and always be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged, so find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll, just representing a woman, then I don't even know.
Anyway, I wanted to share that. And I feel the urge to apologize before. This is what I'm talking about. I feel the urge to apologize and say in advance and be like, if you felt triggered by this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You know, it's not. It doesn't mean men bad. Okay. I was gonna say that, and I do kind of want to say that still, but if that isn't the epitome of what I'm talking about, I don't know what is. Always approaching everything with a little apology first. Yeah. So anyway, I like it. Everyone has different struggles, right? And your suffering is valid. Your struggles are valid. We shouldn't compare suffering, right? So that was a video that kind of described a lot of the suffering that a lot of women have to endure and go through. And so I think when learning about it or hearing about it, instead of being like, oh, this is, because this is different than me, that means it's attacking me. Instead being like, oh, okay, that's what they have to do. It's not deal with. It's not like inherently my fault. Like nobody's blaming nobody's blaming all men. I mean, there are definitely feminists out there who blame all men for all their suffering. I'm not one of those people. I don't think that's productive or useful. But you know, there two things can be true at the same time. Like, women can suffer because you know, a lot of the world is structured around the power of men's power, but also, like, it doesn't mean that every man is equally responsible for that. Like, it's like I don't know, it's very complicated. And I'm not a gender studies major, so. But Reflex said, "Why are you feeling wrong about being a woman? What actually can't claim what a woman is?" 3D Barbie movies marathon one. Oh my gosh, I love the Barbie movies. Yeah, I love the in-person one. I thought it was really good. I mean, the live action one, I thought it was really good. But also, I love the animated ones as well. Mook said there was a good video on Birds of Prey by Cold Crash Pictures on YouTube. He highlighted some strong feminist aspects really well, as I recall. Ooh, okay. Well, I did like Birds of Prey. I hated the movie before it that had Harley Quinn in it. I can't even remember the name. Jared Leto, Harley Quinn, and then whoever Will Smith was playing. Suicide Squad, that's what it was. I didn't like that one. I did like Birds of Prey. But in the same vein, I'll also say, I don't like gratuitous feminism. So I didn't really enjoy Wonder Woman. That wasn't my favorite. I don't enjoy Gal Gadot that much as a person. You know, it's just too much of anything, I think, is a problem. Too much of anything, and too broad and generalizing statements, I think, is a problem. Right? It looks so bad. Yeah, it really did. The thing is, Jared Leto took it so seriously. He took it so seriously. I mean, he's nothing if not dedicated. Everyone can say that he's dedicated. You could say all the negative things about him and whatever, but he is dedicated to the craft. I remember hearing stories about how he was like sending dead rats to people on set, which is that's harassment. Like, what the hell? Whoa, you're getting a bit too into your character here. Okay. You know. Ooh, soda. Orange, did you get a soda? I hope you enjoy your soda. Mook says, the part it took me too long to realize, all those conflicting rules and were disposable and replaceable, even defying class. Yes. We have to internalize a lot of the suffering of people around us and hold it all together and, not show any. A lot of the descriptions I've heard from, like, I took a college class on leadership, and it had a lot of, like, CEOs and business leaders, etc., come in and talk. And, most of them were men, but there were some women there as well. But it's interesting to see how the women that came, they basically told everyone, like, you have to be the best. You have to be the best at everything. You cannot let anybody see your flaws. You need to be just as good as the men, and, whatever. And that's considering, like, all the other things that women have to put up with. And so that's one thing I'm a bit critical of. Now, does that mean that it's just all men's fault and no, I don't. Oh, Orange said Chuck Norris died. Yes, so many things are happening. Yes, Chuck Norris did pass away. I was thinking about whether to mention that or not today. Because he's obviously not a woman. And he did some pretty controversial things, but, you know, nobody deserves, and, you know, nobody, we can have respect for the dead, so, and respect for the character of Chuck Norris that was in a lot of iconic jokes when I was a kid. I don't remember any. Does anybody have any Chuck Norris jokes to share? Yeah, he did a lot of things I'm not, I don't agree with, especially in his later years, which makes one question, like you already had all that fame and success. Why did you need to you know, get so, he got very political, which I didn't really approve of, but yeah, he a well-rounded person, you know, as everybody. You have flaws, you have good aspects. We can appreciate what he did as far as iconic jokes about him, positive memories that were shared between me and my friends when we made Chuck Norris jokes. So, and also being a good actor. The crazy thing is, I actually don't. He was an actor, right? That's crazy. He was so iconic that I think a lot of people, A, didn't even know he was a real person, and B, like, didn't really know much about him except the jokes. Which, yeah, that is pretty iconic. Okay, you guys, I'm going. Well, when's the next ad break coming? Because I do need to get some more tea. But I want to wait for that. And also I want to change. You guys, I want to change into a different outfit. Because I want to just display the duality of woman. And this crown is getting uncomfortable. I want to change into the clothes I usually wear. Okay, there's an echo. I did not like that. I hate it when I echo. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my creator dashboard to see when my next ad is gonna run. Hello? Oh, okay, it's gonna run in about 5 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, we're gonna take a 3-minute break, and then we'll come back. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, now I've got so many freaking tabs open. His mustache and muscles did most of the acting. Mook said, I don't know. The first thing I thought of was a clip of Chuck Norris as a Walker Texas Ranger punching a woman who was driving a car. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. I've never seen any movie that he's been in. Anyway, women. Women, you guys. Let's frame the... Let's return to the topic of our conversation. We'll do one more really quick, and then we will, let's do Simone de Beauvoir, the philosopher. She is a multifaceted woman. I've got her book. I've got The Second Sex, which I've bragged about far too many times because I haven't actually read the whole thing. But she was very, I enjoyed a lot of things she wrote in that book about the nature of womanhood, especially her line about how one is not born but rather becomes a woman, and a lot of how society shapes woman and womanhood. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this conversation in a second. In 30 seconds, there's gonna be a 3-minute break. And we'll come back to talk about her. Okay, and I'm gonna change. Okay, I'll be right back. Feel free to order something from the cafe while you wait.
Yes!
All right, my friends, we're back. We are back. Milking a tiger must take a lot of courage. Oh God. I think no tigers were harmed in the making of that tea. Okay, we did an outfit change into something a bit more comfortable. Specifically the lipstick. I was not feeling the lipstick, so that's more like it. Let's see. Oh yes, what's your favorite fruit? Mook says, I like lots. Pineapple, apple, kiwis, gold kiwis, bananas. Oh, you're my kind of person. I love fruit too. Fruit is delicious. If I could only pick one food category to eat for the rest of my life, I'd be a frugivore. I've become, I think there well, I know there are like actual frugivores out there. The health benefits / consequences of that are debatable, but were those real flowers on your head? Yes, they were. It was my flower crown that I wore at my wedding. So they're dried, which, by the way, having dead flowers is bad feng shui. So we're living on the edge. We're living on the edge with that. I might have just cursed myself with bad feng shui. You're not supposed to have dead flowers in your house. You're only supposed to have live flowers, which I've got live flowers behind me. But they're starting to die. They're starting to wilt around the edges. So we might have to do something about that. Mandarin, raspberry, and strawberry. Delicious. You do not have to apologize for the essay answer. Essays are welcome here. We've got many essay answerers in our community here. Okay, you guys, I am still feeling out of breath, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're a little bit heightened from the events of earlier. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little yoga break. I hope you'll join me. I would like to re-regulate. When I start to feel like I'm out of breath, it's because I know I'm taking really shallow breaths. So we're gonna do a yoga break. I'm redeeming yoga time. Yep, it's happening. We're gonna just do one yoga pose. It's my favorite pose. It's called triangle. Or no, sorry, pyramid pose. Pyramid pose, not to be confused with triangle. So here we go. It's gonna, I won't be able to read the chat. It'll be like 3 minutes. So I hope you'll join me for my regulation. We're gonna do some deep breathing. We're gonna do some pyramid pose. Let's turn around the camera so you can see. Okay. That should be good. I don't know if I'll be in frame. I probably won't all be in frame, but you get the idea. Let me fix the blur. Hold on. Configure video. Properties, configure video. Autofocus. There we go. Temporarily using autofocus. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick sun salutation and then we'll do a pyramid pose. So I'm going to start with my right side first. And you bring it forward. And you bring your other foot, your left foot, next to it. And you have it, they're not like both facing forward. Your left foot is pointed kind of diagonally. You want to make sure your hips are square. And then I like doing it bound. So I have my 2 hands behind my back. And then I look up. And you want to make sure you're not locking out in your knee. Don't lock out like this. That's not good. Keep a little bend in your knee. You go down. Sometimes you just take a really deep sigh at the bottom, let everything out. And sometimes it helps you be able to stretch further. Sometimes people try and like unite their forehead and their knee. I like just kind of hanging. Just kind of, it's what my body likes. You gotta listen to your body and know what it likes. Okay. And then we'll do it on the other side. Okay, come up. And you want your stance to be kind of close together. And you unite your hands behind your back. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. Okay, that feels better. Whew. That feels better. Alright. Now I feel a bit more regulated. No knee locking. Got it. Yeah, don't ever lock your knees. It's bad for you. I mean, I think they always tell you when you do a performance at school, when you're standing up, not to lock your knees because you could pass out. That in general just works for everything. Are you doing it too? Oh, thanks for doing along with me. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Refly said square hips, so you have the physique. No, you have to square your hips. It's a verb. It's a verb. Square your hips. You gotta align your hips so that they're facing forward. They're not twisted like this. They're facing forward. So that you don't like pull a muscle or do anything. Feels amazing, that last part especially. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Yoga is fun. I love yoga. It's like one of the most important things in my life. Helps keep, if I'm ever having a bad day, I know that once I go to hot yoga, it's gonna just fix it immediately. Everything will be better. Because like when you have such a physically challenging, when your body has to undergo something extremely physically challenging, you can't even think about anything else. Orange says, I doubt I could get my head to my knee, but it sounds fun. Well, everyone's got to start somewhere, right? And so, yeah, never compare yourself to your abilities to other people. The way that I've always gotten injured from doing yoga is by trying to do a pose my body was not ready for. Roblox yoga when? I don't know. I actually have never played Roblox. I know. I'm not a true Gen Z. I'm not a true Gen Z or a millennial. I'm neither. I refuse to conform to to societal categories. No, thank you. Not for me. Different people have said technically I'm a millennial, and then other people say technically I'm a Gen. All the millennials say that I'm a Gen Z. All the Gen Z people say I'm a millennial. Nobody wants to claim me. I'm like, okay. Sounds like everything's just arbitrary. I recognize it's based on when you're born. I'm just on the cusp. Sam says, oh my gosh, Sam, you're still here. To me, you're a Gen Z. Okay. Am I like, well, within Gen Z, there's still a lot of difference. You've been here the whole time, just in meetings. Thanks for being here. Unlabeled, uncategorized. That's my label. That's my label. I'm unlabeled and uncategorized. And that's my identity. Okay. Shall we continue the tier? We got some more tier list stuff to get through. We got so many women we need to explore. Okay. Let's go over here. Back to Simone de Beauvoir. Okay, she lived a very interesting life. I was reading about her. So she's married to Sartre, Jean-Paul Sartre, I think is how you pronounce it. And it was funny because I had literally forgot. I was like, wait, who's her husband? Take that, men. It was not intentional, I swear. I have her book. I don't have any of his books. But like, I get that she's a very flawed person. She had some relations with young women that arguably she could have groomed. Like, that's what happened. And that's problematic. She had an adopted daughter who she adopted, but mostly to become a romantic partner. I mean, she adopted her when she was 30, which I don't even know how that works. How can you adopt somebody who's older than 18? I'm not sure. But, like, she adopted her just so she didn't have to conform to the traditional family rules or whatever. But it's still kind of weird. Like, she had relations with her adopted daughter. Yeah. There are many things she did that makes me feel icky inside that I don't like. But, I mean, I think she did write a lot of interesting things, and you can in some ways separate the art from the artist when you read her book. It doesn't mean that everything she's done should be discredited. Two things can be true. So, I'm going to put her in the... I'm gonna put her in the daring category. She's very daring. She's like, I don't think she was actually married to Sartre. I think they were a couple, and she refused to be married to him, and they had lovers. Let me check the Wikipedia. I'm pretty sure about that. It was that she just did not want to conform to the institution of marriage. We fact check things on this channel through Wikipedia, which makes me feel kind of icky because in school I was told that Wikipedia is not a credible source, which I understand. I go to I dabble in some JSTOR and some Google Scholar and some what are the other sites? I read scientific papers. I'm familiar. But for quick information, usually, I just go to Wikipedia. Let's see. I'm finding out whether she was actually married. No, it says she wasn't married. Yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of things to say about her. Her article is pretty long. Early years. She's set, religious upbringing. Oh, okay. They met so her and Sartre met during her college years. Intrigued by her determination as an educator, he intended to make their relationship romantic. However, she had no interest in doing so. But then she changed her mind. They became a couple for the next 51 years. Wait. Sartre asked her to marry him on a provisional basis. Though Beauvoir wrote, marriage was impossible. I had no dowry. Okay, she and Sartre entered into a lifelong soul partnership, which was sexual but not exclusive. So, not married, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're rolling with that. Okay, next one. Let's do, who's the next one? Let's do Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas. How could I not make a women list without Trisha Paytas? She's essential. Again, another woman who's not free from controversy. Very controversial. But I've watched many a Trisha Paytas video. It's interesting to see her evolution from her kitchen floor videos. I know, Refly, there's so many amazing and wonderful women out there, and I only had 2 hours to prepare this list, so I wasn't able to include everyone. But that just means that I get to make another list at a different time. And that's cool, right? Just always be embracing women and loving women. You would not have your Big Bang JPEGs without her. Oh. Well, then that's important. We're going to put Trisha Paytas in the funny category. She's funny. She does a lot of trolling. She's known for her trolling. She's known for her shenanigans. Okay, let's do someone else. We've got the lovely Jane Goodall. May she rest in peace. If anybody's seen her, there was a Netflix special about her after she passed away. The Netflix special was published. I forget, it was like Last Words. So it was like an interview she did, and she knew that the interview would be published after she had passed away. And I watched it, and it was very meaningful. Notably, she was like drinking the whole time. My girl likes to drink. She was like, where's the liquor? She's like taking shots. She's like, I just like having my little shot here and drinking. Okay. She lived to, what age was she when she passed away? I feel like it was like 90 something, wasn't it? I feel like she lived until she was 91. 91. Secrets. I know I'm not on the list. I should put myself on the list, shouldn't I? Love yourself. Love yourself and accept yourself. Well, I listened to her read the book that she wrote about her experiences with the chimpanzees, and I thought it was very inspiring and heartwarming. She's in a very interesting character, very accomplished woman, and very inquisitive, and she's really good at paying attention to things. One thing that I remember her saying was like, an interviewer asked her like, "Don't you get bored out there, just in the rainforest, with nothing to do, like no books or anything?" She's like, "No, there's always something in nature to to appreciate and to find entertaining. I mean, if you look on the leaves, you'll see bugs, and you can study their patterns and see how they interact with each other. There's always something to study or look at. Nature has many secrets, and I definitely agree with that. So I took a lot of inspiration from her when I was doing my little investigation of the box elder bugs on the outside of my house. Watching the ants crawl up your leg is never boring. No, it isn't. Oh my god. Yeah. We're trying to do less harm to insects on this channel. I pick up insects and I put them outside. We no longer are an insect killing channel. Although I saw a spider on my bed earlier when I was changing. I was like, I had the urge to, kill it and flush it down the toilet, which is what I would have done in the past. I don't do that anymore though. So I just let it. I let it be there. But it's on my bed, and that's kind of stressing me out a little bit, not gonna lie. I'm a bit stressed out about that. But anyway, so much love to her. She is so inspiring. So humble as well. We're gonna put her in the accomplished category. Very accomplished. Okay. I think we're gonna skip a couple of these. But I wanna do Lupita Nyong'o. She is an actress. Now, granted, I don't know too much about her, but I remember when she was first, making her breakthrough as an actress. I watched her performance in 12 Years a Slave, and I was absolutely blown away. I think she's an amazing actress. Put her in the hair category. I know her hair is very reminiscent of, if you've seen Bridgerton, the queen in Bridgerton always has like a unique hairstyle. That's like her thing. So this is very reminiscent of the queen. She is a queen. She's so beautiful. She is so, I was just like absolutely struck by her beauty when I first saw her. She's like one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. We're gonna put her in accomplished. We're gonna put her in accomplished. Yeah. Put her up here. Yes. Okay. Here's one I didn't know too much about, but I thought I should mention. This is okay. Wu Zetian. Yes, Wu Zetian. She is the one and only female empress of China. Let me bring up her profile, which I think is iconic. I don't know much about her, but let's see. She was the only female sovereign in the history of China. She had previously held power as the empress consort of Emperor Gaozong of the Tang Dynasty, and as Empress Dowager during the reigns of her sons. She was the sole ruler of the self-styled Zhou Dynasty from 690 to 705. That's awesome. Let me see if it has any information about her. I want to see if there's any additional information. I just think she looks cool. That's mostly. I think she looks cool. Orange says, I was wondering where the amazing Eastern culture women are. Yeah, there's plenty of amazing Eastern culture women. We've also got Michelle Yeoh on here. I believe she's from Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. We had Michelle Phan on here, which she's an honorable mention. I love her as well. But we just simply don't have time to get through them all. Okay, we're gonna put her at accomplished, obviously. That's a crazy accomplishment. I'm gonna do some more research about her and see what she was like during her rule. Okay. We have okay, we're gonna skip a little bit more. Okay, I really want to do Rebecca Sugar. I think very much the embodiment of well, if you've seen Steven Universe, she's the creator of Steven Universe, which is one of my favorite shows. And that's, I mean, if you don't love women, if you watch Steven Universe, you will come to love women. I mean, every single character almost is a woman. Okay. She made this entire alien race who were all women, which is so iconic. So all the gems in this show are women. And it was the first time I had seen a lesbian relationship be depicted on TV like this before. And, you know, growing up Mormon, I had some difficulties with my parents being very... I want to be careful about how I talk about it. You know, a lot, like I had friends who were lesbian, I had friends who were gay, and a lot of difficulties with my parents for that. Hello, Chozo. Thank you for doing your ego check for today. It's best if we don't know your power level. But I loved seeing the lesbian relationships in this be so normalized and so just beautiful and celebrated. And it really showed me that there's nothing that's at all wrong with it. I was taught basically my whole childhood that being gay is a flaw and it's wrong and it goes against the teachings of God. And but when I see it depicted like this, how could you possibly think that? How could you possibly think that? Yes, Orange. Yeah, they did not want me to move in with my lesbian best friend because they were worried that I then would become lesbian. Yeah, they were worried that it was contagious. Okay, well, joke's on them because I'm bisexual. I love my parents. They just did some problematic things, and that's okay. Well, that's not okay. But I do still love my parents. Orange says, my parents were like that with God and wouldn't let me attend religious studies. Oh. Wait, so they didn't like God and they wouldn't let you attend religious studies. Oh, interesting. So like the opposite. That is interesting. I don't know when I'm a parent what I'm gonna do. A lot of ex-Mormons tend to, they might swing the pendulum in one. Oh, you might be Christian. Okay. Is this a new revelation or you might become Christian? Are you saying they were worried that you would become Christian? Well, anyway, whatever you become, that's okay. Oh, they were scared you might. Yeah, well, okay, so a lot of ex-Mormons are scared. Like, the pendulum will swing all the way in the other direction, and they'll be very harsh and very, like, won't allow their children to partake in any sort of religious activities. You know, they're afraid that their children will be brainwashed or... and I'm not saying brainwashing doesn't happen, but I think people should be allowed to choose their own what to believe. So I think I'm going to give my kids more of a choice. I don't think I'm going to push them in one direction or another. Because I was pushed in one direction, and that's what I hated. I think I would be uncomfortable if they wanted to participate in Mormon culture and wanted to become Mormon, just because of my personal associations with it. But I would still allow it. Like I wouldn't not allow it. You have kids? Not yet, Chozo, not yet. I'm thinking about what I'll do in the future when I do have kids. Which is in the very near future, I think. Hopefully. Okay, Rebecca Sugar, we're going to put in... Ooh, what are we going to put? I'm going to put in Breathtaking. The show that she created was absolutely breathtaking. Okay, we got 2 left. Okay, first we've got Marie Curie, which you probably know about her. She did a lot of work in the study of radioactivity. So, iconic. We're going to put her in the smart category. Put her up here. And then finally, last but not least, we have Michelle Yeoh. She's one of my favorite actresses. I love her. I love everything she's in. DCI said she won 2 Nobel Prizes, only one of only a few. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. By the way, welcome. Welcome to my women tier list. Except all the tiers are different positive characteristics because we like uplifting women. Not putting anyone down today. So that's iconic. So very accomplished and very smart. Many of these, I was saying earlier, many of these women are all of these things. But they just like, I guess it's just like determining in which category they shine the most. Orange says, there's so much fun. Lots of vomit and poop for 2 years. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. But I think it's important to be realistic. Like, that's what's gonna happen. You know? So I'm trying to convince my husband of that. I'm like, you need to be prepared. He's a little bit of an idealist, I think. He's looking forward to having a... Well, I guess I'll have to ask him more of what he's looking forward to. But I don't think he's prepared. That's the thing. I don't think he's prepared for just the sheer amount of shit and vomit that we'll have to clean up. And also the lack of sleep. Like, no sleep at all. For like a year or more. Because I had younger siblings, and he didn't. So, but anyway, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'm trying to lower his expectations. Sometimes it's better to lower your expectations so then you're not disappointed. The worst thing in the world is to be disappointed. That's like my least favorite experience. Oh, I hate being disappointed. Oh, I would much rather be pleasantly surprised. Disappointment is terrible. Okay. Michelle Yeoh, the first time I saw her was in the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Oh, God. Amazing. Surprise! Yeah, no surprises, hopefully. I like avoiding surprises where I can. I'm not a fan. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, if you've seen that one. Iconic. So iconic. But I also loved her in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. And then, she's in my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time. It's so good. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. When I tell you this movie is the best movie I've ever seen. Oh my God. So I know that she's just a person, and so we don't want to idealize, but what she represented in that movie I thought was so fantastic and amazing. Like, literally, the premise of the movie, if you've never seen it, is that she is, she owns a laundromat with her husband. They're, a bit low on money. They're trying to do their taxes, and having struggles with that. She's taking care of her aging father. Her daughter is distancing herself from her. So there's all these things piling up. And then she discovers that there's a multiverse and that she can access different versions of herself through this special technology. Somebody from the future, somebody from a different dimension, not the future, different dimension comes and visits her, gives her the technology. And suddenly she's able to access every possibility of being her. And the message of it is so beautiful and wonderful. It's like, because she made apparently every single wrong choice she's ever made, she ever could possibly make. She's living in one of the worst futures, one of the worst timelines. But that means that she can now go to any future where she made all the right choices. So now she can be an opera singer. She can be a pro martial artist. She can be a cool sign twirler person. She could be anything. And I like the message of you can be anything if you try hard enough. I know obviously there's limits and that's a bit ideal, but the message is important. Is that you just gotta try. You just gotta try, and you never know what you could become, right? You need to value yourself and your potential. Just find the right universe, and it's all good. Well, just try really hard at something, and maybe you'll become really skilled at it. I'm hoping that after the events of everything were done, it inspired her to work on a hobby. Find a hobby and work on it and become really successful in it. Although in the movie too, she discovered that there were aspects of her life that other people might be jealous of. And that's another thing. It wasn't that she was the worst, her life was the worst version of everything and no, I mean, she has a family, she has a business, she has people that love her and care for her, and in other universes she didn't get that. So she should value what she has and also recognize nothing matters. So you can do whatever you want. I prefer to take that version of nihilism, not the other version. So, anyway, on that note, my friends, I think we've had a good run. We're gonna put her in breathtaking. We're gonna put her in breathtaking because she is breathtaking. She takes my breath away with every performance. That concludes our tier list for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. That was absolutely crazy. We got rated by Zach App, who's really cool for doing that with quite a large audience, if I will admit. I've never had an audience that large before. I was like, oh shit. I always ask myself, will I be prepared when something like that happens? We did it though. We made it through. I was a bit out of breath for most of it, but it is what it is. I hope you have fun baking a cake and vote in a local election. That is good. Go vote. Do your civic duty. Thank you, Orange. That's nice of you to say. I'm gonna find someone to raid. And then that'll be that. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Okay. Look on Twitch. Find someone to raid. Let's see, who should I raid? Holy shit! The Joy of Thinking is streaming right now. No way. I've been waiting to join his stream for a while. Okay, let's go raid the Joy of Thinking. He's cool. He does a lot of stream of consciousness stuff. He's also a freestyle rapper. Yeah, he is. He's freestyle rapper. Very many interesting thoughts. So we're gonna raid the Joy of Thinking. Let me make sure I spelled that correctly. I've got 5 million tabs open. Okay. Everyone, I hope you enter this weekend with love for yourself, love for others, love for women. Love for women especially. Love the women in your life. Women, we got this. Women must support other women. And so I will be looking to many women for an inspiration this weekend. Go women, yeah. Yeah, go women. Okay. Oh, I shouted him out. Fuck me. Okay, raid the Joy of Thinking. Let's try that again. Okay. Now we're gonna have to wait for a second. So it loads. Okay. Now we're gonna raid. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Mook, and staying, and it was so nice to meet you. And I hope to see you again sometime. Okay. Alright, bye my friends. See you. I'm hanging up now. Bye-bye.